This is a video about Service Connect's customer satisfaction process. We're going to go through and show you how everything's set up and how to get information out at the back end. Alright, so first you need to set up a message template. To do this, go Config, Message Templates, and then Add Message Template. You want to name this something like Low Satisfaction Score Received. Right, so it's very important to note that the message format must be rating survey response. If you don't have a message template of this type set up, then you can't create and save surveys. So the subject is for the email that will be sent to whoever's going to phone the customer. So I usually just put the same thing that I've called the message template. And then you want to just type your email in here and then save. So go back into Config, Organisation, and then into Contracts again. You want to click into your chosen contract and then go on to SMS and email communications at the top here. And then if you scroll down through this, there'll be a checkbox on the left titled Work Completed, and then you want to check this box. Okay, so the box on the left is there if you want to send messages out by text. In the drop down there's an option called Work Completed Satisfaction URL, and if this is your chosen form, then you want to put this in after the text you've already put in the box there. So on the right hand side, you're looking at your email message box. So you want to type something like, "We'd love to hear your feedback," and then you want to select the booking type in the drop down box and fill the body with whatever you see fit. Here's an example to give you a feel as to the kind of thing you want to be putting in these text boxes. So as you can see, there's no link, and this is because it's not needed, because when the customer gets sent the email, it's got a rate button in it anyway. Right, so now go Config, Master Data, and then select Feedback Outcomes. There's already 3 set up here, so if you want to set these up, just press Add Feedback Outcome and type the title of what you want it to be called, and then press Save. Okay, so now you want to go back to Master Data and then Feedback Outcome Groups. So here's where you set a group to put your feedback outcomes in that you can then link to the contract that you've already created. So setting up a group is very easy. You just want to put a title like Low Satisfaction Score Received, but for the sake of the demo I'm going to put Ratings Demo, and then you want to select feedback outcomes you've just created, just like this below. Okay, so back to Config again, Organisations, Contracts, and then click on the contract that you've created again. Right, so now you want to scroll down through this and you'll see the drop down labelled Feedback Outcome Groups, and then you'll see the one that you've just created, so you want to select this and then press Save. Okay, so now go back into that contract and select Customer Rating. This is the part where you're going to create the survey that gets sent out to your customers. So you need to select Satisfaction Survey so that they all actually get sent out. By ticking Send Satisfaction Survey, every job that reads Work Complete will be sent a rating email, but this is obviously only if they've been set to message. The percentage to sample box is the percentage of people you want to follow up with a phone call once the job's been completed, so I'll just enter 10% for now. Okay, so this next box basically means that the job will be flagged as an issue if the rating in the survey is under the number you set. Right, so in the message template, then you want to select Low Satisfaction Score Received. In this next box, you can control whether the customer is asked if they want a follow-up call. So you can always show it or hide it for high or low results. And by selecting Never, the box won't appear, so then the customer won't have this option. This is completely down to you. This next box allows you to type what you want the message to say in the escalation email. So you want to say something along the lines of, "We're really sorry that you're unhappy with the service today. One of our team will be in contact shortly to resolve the issue." So just as I've put here. So then by picking Prompt for Selection here, it means that you're offering the customer the choice with the checkbox as to whether they want to be contacted. In here you just want to type something like, "Tick if you'd like to be contacted." Now press add new question and we start adding questions in here for the survey. So you can choose whether you want the answers for the questions to apply to just the order or the order and the operative. So for the first one here, I'm going to apply it to both. Right, so type in a question like, overall, how satisfied were you with the service today? Okay, and once you've done this, you want to set the scoring mechanism to smiley, which we'll see in a minute as to why we've done that. For the next question, we'll do order only and write something that wouldn't apply to the operative. So we're looking at something such as, were you happy with the amount of time that you waited for the appointment today? Then just press save, and on the right here in the preview section, you'll see the smileys, which is what your customers will see and be able to check off when they get their surveys. For this video, we'll just simulate the operative completing the job by manually updating the visit on the diary. So you can see the job here on the diary. Click into it and start your visit. Alright, then they'll be able to go back into the job and finish it by selecting Finish Visit at the top here. The job's now complete, so an email will be sent out asking the customer to rate the job. I'm now going to be using the tablet to open the email. So click into the email and you'll see a button that says Rate. You want to click on this and the survey that you created earlier will appear. So as you can see now, when the score is rated above the escalation point, which I chose as 5, a tick box will appear. And now when I change the score so that it is below the escalation point of 5, the box will disappear. Right, so now I'm back onto the screen, as you can see the diary again. So you want to select Dashboards and KPIs, which are Key Performance Indicators. And then you want to look over to the burger menu on the left and click into that. To create a KPI dashboard, press the pencil and then click Add Group and write what you want the heading to be. So as you can see next to this there's a button that says Add Board. So this is how you create a board, which is kind of like putting a subheading in. So as you can see on my screen, there's a title that says Top Level and the board underneath it that says Repairs. Now click into the board you've just created, and as you can see I've already got a low satisfaction KPI set up, which has got one job within it, and this is what it will look like when jobs are within the KPIs. Now go over to the cogs in the top right corner to create a widget. So there's a choice of the types of widgets you can choose, and for this one you want to add Order KPI. So click the pencil in your new widget and then write what you want it to be called in the display label. So say you were looking to see your survey results from your random samples, you'd obviously probably call it something like random samples, and then you need to set the operation as count. Over on the right here you just want to change the boxes to be like this, so red up to 1000, amber up to 0, green up to 0 and blue up to -1. Now we can add our filters in. So first you want to filter on the contract you've been using. So to do this you need to set it so the operation is equal to the contract, which in my case is Ratings Demo. By setting the feedback outcome to not set, it means that once the call has been followed up, it will drop off of the widget. And finally, because we're looking for the results of the randomly sampled surveys, we'd set this to random sample with the operation as yes no, because this will then only pick out the jobs that equal the value that we'll set as yes, leaving us with only the randomly sampled surveys. Okay, so now you can see the widget that you just created here is in red, which means that there's jobs within it that are incomplete. So you can currently see that there's 2 here and still 1 on the low satisfaction score widget. So click into it and select the job that you just did. Now here's where you can see everything that happened within that job. So when you scroll down you can see that it was a random sample but also had a low rating score. The feedback outcome is the outcome of the follow-up. So we can see if further action is required from this and report on the outcomes. Alright, so once you've chosen and saved that, go up to Dashboards, KPIs, and then back into the dashboard you created earlier. And as you can see, the low satisfaction score box is now green, as all the jobs are completed within it, and there's only 1 job left in the random sample widget, which is why it's still red. Now go back into Dashboards, and then down to Ratings. So here you can see the average rating scores across different periods to compare them. You can click into them to see the jobs that contributed to these scores, and what was given in them. Thanks for watching, I hope you found it useful.